But first, I'm John Bachman. One of two Canadian soldiers run down by a car in an apparent terrorist attack has died. Both soldiers were hit by that car yesterday afternoon near Montreal. The driver, Martin Rouleau, was shot and killed by police after that chase. Authorities say they've been tracking him, and there were fears that he had come under the influence of radical Islam. The other soldier's injuries were described as less than serious. And the White House's new Ebola czar isn't getting started until tomorrow. Ron Klain has already missed 2 meetings with the president on Ebola because he's not officially on board yet. And the White House says he will not testify before that House committee on Friday. This comes as the CDC is putting out new guidelines for healthcare workers across the country.
Guidelines we're releasing today are updated. They provide an increased margin of safety.
Well, they include using protective gear to cover every single bit of a healthcare worker's body and having someone there to watch to make sure that gear is put on and taken off properly. Staples may be the latest victim of a cyber attack. The company is looking into a possible breach of its payment credit card data system. Sears, Home Depot, and Dairy Queen have all been recent victims of cyber attacks over the last few months. And Samsung smartphones are getting the okay from the NSA. Several of its smartphones running the company's Knox security system are now being allowed to be used by government workers who need access to classified information. This could be a boon for the company's smartphone division, which has seen its profits fall by over 60% year to date. And early voting is underway in a couple of states. In Florida, supporters of the Democratic candidate in the governor's race, Charlie Crist, have been in line already. He's taking on incumbent Republican Rick Scott, and people have also been lining up in Wisconsin to cast their ballots early. This comes after a recent Supreme Court decision blocking Wisconsin's law, which requires IDs to vote. The fashion world is also saying goodbye to an icon, Oscar de la Renta, who designed dresses for celebrities, including first ladies like Laura Bush, Hillary Clinton, and Nancy Reagan. Died in his Connecticut home. Most recently, he designed the wedding dress for Amal Clooney, George Clooney's wife. Oscar de la Renta was 82 years old. An Olympian Oscar Pistorius, known around the world as the Blade Runner, has a new name now, or a new title anyway, prison inmate. He was hauled off to a South African prison today after being sentenced to 5 years for the shooting death of his girlfriend Reva Steenkamp. But officials say he'll likely serve about 10 months behind bars, the rest in home confinement. And baseball fans, it's almost time. The World Series Game 1 starts tonight in Kansas City. AL champions, the Royals, will host Game 1 of the World Series against the National League champs, the San Francisco Giants. The Giants have been in the series 3 times since 2010. For the Royals, it's their first trip back to the Fall Classic since 1985. We wish both teams luck. Always good to see the Fall Classic getting started. I'm John Bachman. We'll have another Newsmax Now update coming up for you in about 30 minutes. We'll now send it back to Ed Berliner in Midpoint.